Hi class, welcome back 5th grade. It's super nice that you are here and I hope you are ready because it's time to start. First of all, we are going to do a review as always about the activities that we did yesterday at the last video. First of all, we started doing on learning future will because as you know in the last unit we learned how to use going to, that it's also used when we want to talk about future. But I told you that time that they are two tenses to talk about future. In this case, it was the turn for us to learn how to use will. And yes, so I told you the structure. Remember that we start always the positive sentences starting by the subject. Next to it, we write will, and next to it, the verb. Okay. So I will go to Thailand. I will travel to New York. I will go to the beach. I will eat pizza. I will celebrate my birthday. It's near. So this is what we use. This future will is used when we want to talk about predictions, when we want to talk about plans that we have, of course, for the future. So later, we check the indefinite pronouns that I show you that there are different kinds of indefinite pronouns that are used to talk about people, things, and places, but we focus on the ones that are used to talk about people. But when do we use an indefinite pronoun? Our indefinite pronoun is used when we want to talk about a person, a thing, without being without being specific about that person. Like I told you, we are going to focus on the person ones, like someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, no one, nobody, everyone, everybody. So if you didn't copy this, please, it's time for you to copy this because you won't be able to use your activities if you don't remember this. Only if you have a photographic memory, maybe you will, okay? So this is just for you to be reviewing and reviewing. This is the best way for you to learn this. Yes, so later we did activities on pages 73 and 74. If you didn't send this to me or if you have questions about the topics, about the activities in 73, because I think these are the most difficult ones, please send a message if the topic wasn't clear at all or weren't clear at all. I might help you. And today we are going to learn how to write a diary entry. What does it mean? Well, a diary entry is like a passage from a diary, una página de un diario, and that's it. So as you can see, I have an example for you. First of all, I don't know, maybe you have a diary in these days, or maybe when you were younger. So a diary is used when you want to talk or when you want to write the things that happen to you in a day. What are you thinking? What's on your mind, right? When you want to express all the things, but you don't want anyone to know this. So for that reason, you have your own diary. I don't have one, but I think I used to have a diary when I was your age. And I wasn't really a big fan of diaries because sometimes I used to forget that I needed to write something and I always forgot to do this. So I was telling you that a diary is used to express the things that are on your mind. What are you thinking? How do you feel? Your expectations, your plans, everything that you feel like. Here I have some of the parts from a diary entry, but I'm going to show you, or I circle the ones that I think are the most common or are the most important things. For example, first of all, I'm going to read the diary. It says, 30th July, Dear Diary, today I started my new job at the ice cream parlor. I was excited but very nervous at the same time. I hope that that my manager and the girls who worked there liked me. One of the girls who worked there was called Anne. She was awesome. Not sure I like Sarah. She wasn't very friendly, but she only works 2 days a week, so I won't see her much. Anyway, a new day tomorrow. Let's hope I can make some tips. Wish me luck. Good night. Mwah. And this is a heart, okay? So, and this is a diary about a girl who didn't tell us her name because, of course, it's her diary and we're reading her secrets. Oh my God. But the important thing is that she wrote the day. It's like a letter, but it's like a letter like you are writing for your diary, and your diary is going to read you. You know what I mean, right? Later, she wrote the address who you are writing to. In this case, you are writing to your diary. Okay, next. Today I started a new job at the ice cream parlor. It means write in first person. Writing in first person is that you need to start all your sentences or your text with the personal pronoun I. I did my homework, I ate breakfast, I slept all night, I watched a movie, I went to the market, okay? Talking about activities that you did in the first person. If you don't know, the first person is I. I, no you, no he, no we, I, okay? Because of course, you're talking about yourself. Now, topic written in the first sentence, okay? The first topic is the main idea that you are going to talk about. What other thing is important? Supporting sentence, okay? The supporting sentence is when you are explaining or following the idea from the topic sentence. And then we have the future plans or expectations or hopes. It says, anyway, a new day tomorrow. Okay, because it's a diary, you need to write positives. Some people don't do this way. But we're going to see it later because in this tense, in this unit, we are talking about future. So for that reason, we are talking about expectations. And at the end of the diary entry, you need to sign off to show the end of your entry. So it's like saying good night, love you, see you soon, bye. And she added moi. So I didn't circle these things, but because I don't think they are necessary. Like for example, using emojis, doodles to convey feelings, informal, casual style, slang. This is up to you, okay? So this is the main formula. If you want to copy this, it's okay. If you don't want to copy this, it's okay, okay? So I want you to remember this because right now we are going to go to the students book pages 75 and 76. First of all, in page 75, we have activity 14, listen and read how many languages are spoken in Bolivia. And then we have the content words. You can find it on the internet. Use a dictionary, please. Endangered languages. Okay, so let's listen to this audio and let's find out what's this reading about.
Student's book, page 75. Activity 14. Listen and read. How many languages are spoken in Bolivia?
Pay attention.
Endangered languages.
A language is a living thing. A language needs to be used, otherwise it gets forgotten. There are about 7,000 languages in the world, but about every 14 days, one of these languages is no longer spoken and dies. Experts believe that by 2100, more than half of today's languages will be extinct. There are many reasons why a language starts to disappear. Often it's because the need for the language disappears, or because fewer people communicate with it. In Bolivia, more than 30 languages are spoken today. One is a secret language called Kalawaya. The reason it's known as a secret language is because it's only taught by a father to his son or a grandfather to his grandson. Girls almost never learn to speak it. The Kalawaya people use their language for healing and in their family. They don't really use it anywhere else. These days, there are only about 20 people who can speak Kalawaya.
Wow.
With each new generation, fewer males will speak the language and pass it on to their children. Kalawaya is disappearing because of cultural and social changes in people's behavior. The eastern group of the Cherokee Indian tribe lives in the state of North Carolina, USA. Today there are fewer than 300 people who are fluent in the Cherokee language. Cherokee people in North Carolina are trying to change that. They set up an elementary school to teach the Cherokee language and culture. Now more than 60 children can speak Cherokee. Many people are trying to help their language grow. In fact, you can find smartphone apps and computer software in Cherokee.
Wow, that sounds really nice. So, activity 15 says, look at the passage, it's the text. Answer the questions. Number 1, where is Kalawaya known as a secret language? Number 2, why is Kalawaya disappearing? Number 3, what are people doing to help the Cherokee language? Okay, and think big activity. Do you think it's bad when a language becomes extinct? What could people do to help save endangered languages? Endangered languages, like in our culture, are the ones like they are called, for example, like Maya and this kind of languages, not like French, not Spanish, okay? Are the ones that are called like lenguas indígenas, right? So let's go to the next page, 76. We have activity 16, read the diary entry, okay? So we are going to read this other example, diary entry. I'm exhausted today. After I got home, I had to clean my room, do my homework, and take the dog for a walk. I can't wait for the future when we'll have robots to do everything for us. Nobody will ever complain about doing chores again. We won't have any. Robots will clean up, cook, even help us with our homework. So will I still take my dog for a walk? Yes, I always do that. Everyone needs to get exercise, but one thing will be different. My dog will be a robot too. Good night, Camila. Okay, what do you think about this? If you could notice similarities from the example that I showed you before, this one, you can see that she didn't write the date, but she did write the address who you are writing to. In this case, dear diary. Next, she wrote everything in first person. In first person, for example, I'm exhausted today. I got home, I had, etc., etc. I can't wait, etc. Okay? She wrote everything in first person. She explained her idea, and also she signed up, or she said goodbye to the diary. Okay? So activity 17 says, how does Camila think her life will be different? Copy and complete the chart. You don't need to copy this on your notebook. You can complete this in here if you want to, but if you feel like it's better to copy in your notebook, do it, okay? So now, you are going to write the activities that she's mentioning in here that she needs to do. In the future, you are going to write the things that are going, or the actions that are going to change in the future. Like, for example, doing this with a robot, having a robot for this, etc., etc., okay? 18. How will your life be different in the future? Copy and complete the chart, then write your own diary entry, okay? So, now, the activities that you do now. Do your homework, take virtual classes, take care of your dog, take care of your sister, your brother, etc. and you're going to write the things that you do, your chores, son tus quehaceres, ¿no? And then the future. How will your daily activities from now be different in the future? In which way? How? Okay, and read this well. Then write your own diary entry. Vamos a escribir uno como este, okay? And that's it. Now, project. Pay attention to the project. Page 77, you have activity 22, the project, okay? We're not going to do the rest of the page. We are going to do this. Work in a small group. What kinds of products or services will there be in the future? Design an advertisement. Share your advertisement with the class. Honeymoon hotel. Come and spend your vacation in space. All rooms have a view of the earth. Go hiking on the moon or relax in our space spa. Okay? So, for example, in this, this is an advertisement. It doesn't have a lot of information, okay? Así son los anuncios, sin muchas letras y tanta información. It's just to call your attention with a big picture and bright colors, okay? So you need to think about a product. Oh, what will I like to be or will I like to have in the future? I would like to have something that helps me to... Ok, vamos a pensar algo que nos gustaría que existiera en el futuro. And then you are going to, for example, explain it briefly, ok, muy poco, explicarlo muy sencillo en nuestro advertisement, en nuestra publicidad. Remember, the advertisement don't have a lot of text, ok? So you won't call anyone's attention. So you need to give it a name, write a slogan, and mention a little bit what can you do in these cases, okay? So that's it. Don't forget to send this to me. Don't forget to do your project. Your project is also important too. And these two activities, okay? That's it for today, and I'll be waiting for you to send me your pictures. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember that tomorrow we are going to have the Zoom meeting, the live class at 12:30, and I'll meet you there. Please try to be on time as always. See you then. Goodbye.